Would you consider buying a Pocket? This year, I got a Pocket 4, and I want to chat with you about some issues I ran into with this product. I wasn't used to the Pocket 4's default stabilization. It wasn't responsive. Also, not being a vlogger or outdoor blogger, I rarely need to film myself. So this 1-inch ultra-wide lens geared for vlogs, outings, and selfies only captured the mundane bits of my life. This left me puzzled why use a Pocket 4 when I could just use my phone, which has even more lenses. So yeah, that sums up my first day with the Pocket 4. But on the very day I got the Pocket 4, another device was unveiled. The Pocket 4P. My guts told me this might just be the happiness recorder for me. The one difference you spot right away, this 3x lens. First off, let's cover some of its key specs. A1/1.28-inch sensor, f1.8 aperture, 60mm equivalent focal length, and 4K 200fps slow motion. This slow-mo, each time I shoot it, it wows me anew. The slow-mo from this lens is super high quality. The leaf textures on the flower's edges are sharp, and the background easily captures those flickering light spots. Overall noise control is great, and its color handling feels very pleasant. Plus, it is not hard to use. I just have to point it at what I want to shoot or pan past it, and it will lock focus and capture some usable footage. I can double tap an object for smart follow unless it is too abstract or blurry. It almost never loses track. It's just that its texture feels a bit high to me. I'd prefer texture 1. Also, bumping noise reduction down to -2 can cut down on that algorithmic sharpness and smearing effect. So how about the 3x lenses, selfies, and mobile stabilization? For selfies, it is a bit too close, so I would not really recommend it. Stabilization is its usual strong suit. General walking shots are no issue, though you get slight body wobble when standing still. In video mode, press the plus sign once to swap between the two lenses, press it twice to toggle between 6x and 3x. Holding the plus sign lets you zoom in continuously, up to a max of 12x. Plus, using the joystick lets you control the zoom speed. Sadly, only DLOG and regular video support that max 12x zoom. Oh, and even when zoomed in to 12x smart, follow stays rock steady. Even a kite in the sky, tiny as a dot, it can still track it. So I could easily pull off some following shots in motion. And soon, thanks to that 3-fold lenses charm, I got the hang of this product fast. The default stabilization logic is up or down and left-right follow my hand movements, but the lens strives to stay level. FPV mode though has the lens fully follow the body, feeling more like a smartphone. The default stabilization suits most scenarios, like selfies, since it keeps things level well. There is bound to be some gimbal lag, so you have to get its rhythm down. Set gimbal speed to fast to adapt quicker, press and hold the joystick to lock the gimbal, and then there is no lag. The C key lets you swiftly swap between two common use modes. I saved DLOG1 and DLOG2 as C1 and C2 respectively for quick toggling. The Pocket 4P debuted DLOG2. So what is so special about it that merits its own quick switch setting? Let's check out some real-world footage. This sensor's Lorphic technology gives it a whopping 17 stops of dynamic range, letting it capture more detail in both bright and dark areas. In plain English, things look sharper even in backlit scenes. Now, let's check out its daytime performance. I can capture the brightness of the sky while retaining details in the shadows, and the footage boasts a sense of clarity that feels more true to life. Now for city night scenes, the footage boasts rich detail, captures the nighttime vibe quite well, has little noise, and looks overall very clean. But when you first use DLOG2, you will find it does not support the 3x lens or auto exposure. Its default ISO is 100 and it only tweaks shutter speed to manage exposure. I would suggest using DLOG2 this way. Assign it a dedicated hotkey. For auto exposure, ISO set to 800, WB auto, noise reduction -1, focus mode continuous, ISO 800 strikes a good balance. I think dialing down noise reduction a bit can also cut down on that smudge look. Then for stable light or underexposed scenes, just tweak as needed. With this setup, I can shoot with the flexibility of normal mode while still reaping the benefits of that 17-stop dynamic range. Super handy. Lastly, I want to share some of my basic experiences with it and things I don't quite like. The Pocket 4P's body is the same as the 4's, so accessories are interchangeable. The 4P's integrated wide-angle lens isn't interchangeable. Its pouch is slightly larger than the 4's. Plus, the Pocket 4P ditches the gimbal lock. Its built-in storage is a tad less than the 4's, and it weighs 40 grams more. The 4P offers wider dynamic range than the 4's 1x, with max low-light ISO up from 25,600 to 51,200. Now what I like least are adjusting params and manual focus. If I want to tweak exposure in normal mode, it takes one swipe and 2 taps just to get to the adjustment page. If I need to tweak it again, I have to swipe sideways and tap all over again. And given the screen size and touch controls, that can get fiddly and hectic in some situations. I get that this is a handheld device geared towards auto exposure and shooting anytime, but with the superb pro-grade color and performance it packs, now there are plenty of scenarios for manual tweaking. I hope this module gets even better. In manual focus mode, you can tap anywhere on screen to focus. It is simple to use, truly simple. Besides tap to focus, it has no other functions. In some wide shots, I might not nail focus on the spot I need. Having an exposure slider like control nearby, plus more ways to gauge focus, might make for a better experience. This is a handheld device I adore. It's the Pocket device I truly wanted to own, especially for the slow-mo on its 3x lens and the DLOG 2 on its 1x lens. These two modes paired with a handheld device like the Pocket brought me so much joy. First, the joy of shooting. The Pocket is very comfy to use. The gimbal structure lets you shoot quite stable, moving shots and adjust camera angles more flexibly, both of which make for a better experience than shooting with a phone. Second, the joy of the lenses. The 1x lens got even better at what it excels at, while the 3x lens is what made me grasp the joy of the Pocket. Third, the joy of image quality. When a device offers a great experience, the better the image quality, the happier I am, and the Pocket 4P often captures shots that wow me. Whenever I shoot with the Pocket 4P, I look forward to getting home to view the footage on a big screen. And if I find 1 or 2 clips I really love, that makes for a perfect day.